Wednesday. Booyah, let's get it. Let's go. Come on. Yeah. Let's do this. You know what Wednesday is?
Hump day.
It's middle of the weekday. Come on, let's go. Also known as hump day to some, but I like middle of the weekday.
It's a better sound.
It rolled middle of the weekday. Like if I could bust like 3 lines after that, just like I got a rap. My name is Blake Shawn and it's a Wednesday because it's a middle of the weekday.
Hump day?
Yeah. All right. Now that I got my own blood flowing, I think we're ready. Hope you all have had a great week so far. Something I want to talk about today, and I might just keep this going. I was going to do it on a mastermind previously, and then for a couple weeks there, either I wasn't here or something had come up to where it prevented me from doing this. So I figured, why not I just talk about leadership on our Power Up? Why don't we just break it down in little increments and we can just dissect it, flesh it out, and see how we can apply it to ourselves and to our businesses. How do you guys feel about that?
I feel that feels great, yeah.
Good. Does it make you feel warm and fuzzy inside?
Yeah, it does.
Good. That's what I'm after.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect. Before I do that though, there's a very special person whose birthday it is today. There's okay, so you guys hear me say Michael, all the time. There's 2 Michaels that are usually here. We have a Michael Massey and we have a Michael Villalobos. Together, they are Mike squared. Well, Michael Villalobos, it's his birthday today. And so we're going to celebrate him. And he doesn't like celebrating his birthday, so that's why I'm talking about it right now. And we may just talk about it a lot today. I don't know. You might see other posts later. I don't know. But happy birthday to Michael.
It's going to be big.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
He's a blessing to this office. So we're thankful to have him. So let's go ahead and jump right in. And I don't know if you guys, I have packets in the back on what I'm going to be covering if you guys want to take notes. It's called Lead. The series is called Lead, and it was a 4-week course for personal and business growth. Did it back in Visalia, and it was actually for pastors to lead their team. Fortunately, a team is a team, regardless of industry. A leader is a leader, regardless of industry. So these things apply across the board, which gets me really excited about it because I think we all have something that we can take from this and apply it and grow ourselves and our businesses. So session 1, what we'll call it, of Lead Your Team, is be a leader worth following. It's to be a leader worth following. I read a quote that said, even criminals can gain a following, so not all leadership is great leadership. I think we have a lot of leadership going on in the world that isn't great leadership. The world may classify it as leadership, but in my opinion, it's not great leadership. And here's why. I believe there's some important character traits when it comes to being a leader worth following. And we're going to go ahead and break these down. And this is going to be a live thing, so any input you guys have to say, please share it so everyone can get the benefit from it. But some character traits, I got 7 of them. Let's start with 1 right now. To me, it's number 1, and all these are good. They could all probably be number 1 in some way, shape, or form. But this one is number 1 on my list, and it's humility. Humility. I don't believe a good leader, or take that back, I'm sorry. I don't believe a great leader is a leader if they don't have humility. I don't believe any of us deserve any sort of promotion in our life. And when I say life, I'm talking about your job, relationships, everything. I don't believe anyone necessarily deserves to raise in power unless they first have humility. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, and I think that goes back to great leaders hold themselves accountable.
Yep.
They don't blame those their peers or those ordinance,
Yep.
they own it when they fail. All great leaders, when anything, company's not making money, but they reach its goal, they put it on their shoulders.
That's right.
That's, yeah, and it goes back to leaders, great athletes, you know, if they lose the game, they blame themselves. Yeah, they own it because they understand I'm in this position to lead people to succeed and to win. And anything besides that is a failure that I need to, one, accept, and also kind of not accept, and understand that I can do better and I will do better. But they understand that failure is going to come to those who want to be great.
Yep.
You know.
And how can you lead someone without being humble enough to get at eye level with whoever you're speaking with?
Exactly. Yeah, and I think
it's impossible.
It is impossible to talk to some. Yeah, you have to have the life experience. You have to, you know, just been to great depths to try to understand. And I think that really goes more back humility and I think empathy.
Yep.
One and the same. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, I like that. Humility and empathy.
Humility and empathy. I kind of put one and the same. Empathy towards your coworkers, just sitting and listening, just being able to listen to what people are saying,
right.
To take criticism.
Yep.
All great people take criticism and they build on it. They love criticism.
Yep.
Yeah, and
it's the breakfast of champions.
It is, and they love to fail at certain things because they know I can only get better, and that only just kind of each failure is kind of getting me one step closer.
Exactly.
To success.
And each time you fail, you realize that you're still alive afterwards, and it helps you, right? For me, it's like I need to go fail more. I'm just being honest with you guys. I need to go out and try to fail more.
Yeah.
Because when I do, failure becomes like nothing to me.
And if you don't do, then, you know, there's a quote, you know, I do because I'm afraid of failure. And, you know, the Emerson quote, do the thing, have the power. But if you don't do, you'll never be able to even try. So, yeah, you have two options in life. Do and fail, and then keep failing and then succeed, or just don't even do anything. Just play it safe.
Right.
Those are the two options you're doing in life. And what's, you know, being uncomfortable, being comfortable, being constantly uncomfortable,
Yep.
or just being ignorance is bliss type of comfortable.
Right.
Yeah, those are the two options.
And at the end of the day, we all get to choose. That's the exciting part. We all get to have a choice in that. Some of us think we don't have a choice, and that's a lie. We all have a choice. So number one was humility and empathy. What was the video we were watching with Gary, Michael?
The one I sent you last night?
Yeah, like
The
we're
gratitude.
2/3. Well, I mean, let's just talk the statistics part of it. 2/3 of the population, the world's population, survives on $900 a year. Was it something like that?
It was $2.50, like $2.50, like a week or something. Yeah, it was like 900.
900 and something bucks a week. I can't remember if it was 2/3 of the population or something.
Yeah, it was like 2/3 of the population in the world lives on that a year.
Right, 2/3 of the world population lives off $900 a year. And obviously that's unrealistic, we would say, for here, right? But what I got out of that is that there is people in the world that are suffering far more than us, that are far more humble with what they have than us here in the United States.
Yeah.
What a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, what a freaking joke.
They don't even have shoes.
And that needs to, I mean, we need to keep this in the front of our mind, because this materialism in the U.S., the concept of receiving and getting things is a trap.
Yeah.
It's a trap, and it's an illusion for happiness.
And it's nothing unless you give back.
And that's exactly
in
it.
a way, yeah. Give more than you receive.
Always.
You know.
So $900 a year, 2/3 of the population. And then minimum wage here in the United States, it was what, 18,000, like if you worked 40 hours a week.
Yeah, it's like
18,000
$1,800 a month or so.
Yeah, and I think it was 18,000 a year.
Yeah, 18,000
or something
a year.
is what it worked out to be. Let me say this, because it was true for me, and I know it's true for all of you guys too. I didn't get my promotion in life until I was completely thankful and humble for what I had at the present time, making $9 an hour. Property management company.
Yeah.
I don't believe any of us should think that we should be promoted in any sector area of life if we aren't first humble and thankful for what we have. If you make $18,000 a year, well, dang it, be thankful, because 2/3 of the population is making $900 a year without shoes, and they're still surviving. They still got a smile on their face. So being thankful for whatever we have is so important. Number 2, integrity. Number 2 is integrity. Doing what's right.
Your word's the only thing you have in this life.
That's right.
Yeah. If you don't have that, then, you know, who can take you on anything?
Exactly.
Anything in life when it comes to relationships, anything.
Integrity.
Your word's all you have. Your values. You know, what do you value? What's important to you?
Your actions.
Your actions. You know, do you know?
I think integrity is words and actions
Yeah.
put together. It's the combination of the two. And guys, let me tell you, this stuff, even though we hear these words thrown around a lot and like, oh yeah, you know, it's not easy.
No.
This stuff is not easy. This is an every day you have to work on it.
Yeah.
Every hour sometimes you have to work on this stuff, because you could be have the most integrity in the world, but if you aren't reminding yourself that a good leader has to have this on a daily basis, it's really easy to follow the crowd. So let me tell you, the crowd doesn't have a lot of integrity.
Yeah.
The general people in this country do not have a lot of integrity. Why? A lot of it is because you're not going to get, the world makes you think that you're not going to get as much if you are.
Yeah.
They really don't. A lot of the people that are successful, really successful, not all of them, but majority of them have gotten there by not being this.
Fully, yeah.
Yeah, you know. So let's keep going from that. Something to work on, and guys, give yourself grace. This is a work in progress. Every single day, if we focus on these things, how can we apply it to our business? Having humility, empathy, integrity. Number 3 was a passionate faith. Having a passionate faith, and that could be it could be in God. It could be in your works. I would say not to focus on the works. I prefer the first, because if we focus on our works, we get too big-headed on ourselves.
Yeah.
We think that somehow we are responsible
I think,
for
you know,
all of our success.
As you and I, you know, your faith for you is God, and for me it's more, like, you know, you and I talked about this for like an hour and a half yesterday.
Mhm.
So for you, your strong faith and your strong balance comes through God. My strong faith and my strong balance comes from, you know, the Buddha way of master thyself, and everything around you becomes masterful and beautiful.
Mhm.
And the way of that, but I think it should really just kind of be, for people, find what sets you on fire.
Yep.
And just pursue that.
Yep.
Everyone has an incredible passion and love for certain things in life, and just pursue that, enjoy it, whether that be a great relationship with God, whether that be a great relationship in trying to master your relationship with your friends and family, whether it just
in your community.
in your community, just have incredible faith. You know,
Yeah.
like, you know, there's a quote, you know, hope is, you know, walking through the fire, faith is leaping over the fire.
Right.
So just, you know, take that leap and just, every day just remind yourself, you know.
We have to walk in expectation of good things to come, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if we don't, everything else will bombard us. We have to walk in expectation of the things that we want, and that we, not only that we want, but we want to feel, and the way we want to lead. We have to have a faith that's bigger than us, because if we only focus on self and we don't have something that's bigger than us in some way, shape, or form, we will be limited to our one human body. And I don't believe that a great leader can be a great leader without having some sort of passionate faith in something. Number 4, emotional health. Man, this is an important one.
More important, well, emotional and physical goes one in hand. One's
Yeah.
dropping, the other one's gonna drop. Being emotionally present, emotional intelligence, you and I have talked about that
Yep.
a lot. That's the most important thing. Emotional intelligence is more important than, I'd say, look, any other form of intelligence when it comes, I feel like, to hiring people and.
Yep. Emotional intelligence is more valuable than an IQ score. to me every single day of the week. I think it's cool when
Yeah.
someone's really, really smart, but it's important to have the two. And the emotional health is understanding that we can't be leaders that we need to be without first taking care of ourselves and our minds. Our mindsets, our perspectives, our attitudes, that's what would fall under the emotional health category. So when you wake up, what are you thinking about? Are you taking captive your bad thoughts? Because if we aren't taking captive our bad thoughts, we are letting them sit in our brain and run the roost. We literally, anytime we have a thought that is contrary to the direction we are headed, we need to not ignore it. Something I'm learning myself. I need to not ignore those thoughts, because if I ignore it and I sweep it under the rug, they're still there.
Oh, it builds up, yeah.
And it builds up and then it comes out in an ugly way.
Yeah.
Typically, to the ones we love the most, that are closest to us. It's a wild phenomenon, but it goes on every day. I experience it, and I go through this too. It's a wild thing, but we have to take captive that thought, and then we have to. I heard yesterday, I was watching Hillsong. This pastor was saying, why do we think that we shouldn't take our thoughts captive and interrogate it like it's a prisoner of war? Why are you here? Why, are you speaking out to these thoughts?
That's a big question. Yeah.
Why are you here? If you ask it that, it sounds wild, I'm essentially personifying thoughts, but that's what we need to do. We need to personify our thoughts. We need to interrogate it, and we need to ask it. No, we need to tell it to leave. We have to tell it to leave, and we have to train it every day. We just have to keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Every time that bad thought comes in, I'm going to hold it captive, I'm going to interrogate it, and I'm going to send it on its way, because it's not welcome here. And I'm going to replace it with something positive, maybe an affirmation. For me, it's a prayer. So take captive your thoughts that are contrary to the direction your life is headed, because those thoughts aren't welcome where you're headed. They aren't welcome. Okay, trustworthiness. We have to be trustworthy people, trustworthy men and women. What does this mean to you guys, to be trustworthy?
Goes back to integrity. Making sure people can look you in the eye and you can look them in the eye.
Essentially, I think it's doing what you say you'll do.
Yeah.
Doing what you say you do, and that when you speak with someone in confidence, that you keep it in confidence. There's lots of ways to be trustworthy, but I believe the biggest way is just doing what we say we're going to do, and being honest with people, and just being a good man or a good woman to those around us. Be a trustworthy man or woman. That's what a great leader needs to be. Teachability, number 6. We need to be able to be taught, because everyone doesn't know everything. A lot of people do. It's really easy to think that we do. I tell you, I have to humble myself every morning and say, I need to go learn some more today. I got to figure out something that I might not be knowing right now or not understand, but I need to get better. I need to get better for myself so I can get better for all the people that I'm leading. A great leader is always going to be teachable. A great leader will always be teachable. And number 7, we'll wrap it up for today. Number 7 is clarity. You have to have a vision for the people that you're leading. Even if it's yourself, even if it's only yourself, you have to have a vision, and it has to be clear. It can't be ambiguous. It has to be clear. It has to be concise. And you got to ask for that stuff. Seek it out. But be clear in your vision. Be clear in your goals. Do not be ambiguous for it. Be specific. Be specific and ask for that stuff. Ask for that stuff. I pray that every day that the Lord continues to bring me clarity in my life. Bring me clarity, because this is a confusing, convoluted place to live in, guys. We are bombarded with negativity and illusions and lies all day. So I just pray, Lord, give me the clarity to see what I need to see, hear what I need to hear, and be who I need to be for those around me. So clarity is important. I want to talk about 3 things real quick in regards to time blocking. I think we all need to time block our life, but are we spending or creating time in our schedule for personal growth? Are we putting things in our calendar that has nothing to do necessarily with our business or our real estate stuff, but for our personal growth? Do we time block for things like reading? Do we time block for things like meditating? Do we time block for things like worshiping? Something bigger than ourselves. Do we put that in our calendar? If not, what would it look like if today you went through your calendar and you said 3 times today, I'm going to put 3 things in there. I'm going to do a time block of 30 minutes for reading. I'm going to do a time block 30 minutes for meditating. And I'm going to do a time block 30 minutes for me it's going to be prayer, but worship of some kind. Sometimes that just involves being still and being able to hear your own thoughts, because it's so convoluted you can't pick out what's you and what's not you. You got good and bad thoughts swirling in your head and you can't decide which one's yours. What's mine and what's not. Sometimes we have to literally act like we have a box in our brain of all of our thoughts, and our job is to spend 30 minutes a day picking our thoughts out of our box and deciding, is it going to stay or is it going to go? What if we spent 30 minutes doing that? Guys, these are little things that we need to be focusing on. I need to be focusing on them more. I need to get better with this. Thoughts will take you into your destiny, or they'll hold you captive in your prison. So we need to take control of our thoughts. We need to take out the bad, replace it with the good. Make time for reading, meditating, worshiping, praying. Make time for important things, guys, because we're all leaders. I don't care if we have people under us or not. We are all leaders in some capacity. And the more we demonstrate these character traits, and the more we work on them, and the more we time block for personal growth, the better leaders we're going to be. And it's just really wild how things start coming to you. You attract things that otherwise wouldn't have been attracted to you because you're spending time on yourself and getting better, creating positive, powerful thoughts. Michael, go ahead and shut this down. So that's my challenge to you. Take some time today for yourself. If you have a bad thought cross your mind, let me challenge you to hold that thought captive, interrogate it, tell it it's not welcome, send it on its way, and replace it with something good. I appreciate you guys. Happy middle of the weekday. Happy birthday, Michael Villalobos. Let's have a good one. Let's go.